Good morning. My name's James. You might see me on Twitter as Stummels, where I normally would be tweeting about pipe tobacco and pipes. Um, and lately, snuffs, nasal snuffs. I just kind of got intrigued by nasal snuffs. I think after I read a book called Tobacco by Ian Gately. If you haven't read it and you're interested in tobacco, it's fantastic. It's probably my favorite book on tobacco. But anyway, there's a lot of history in there about snuff, um, and I never really had any exposure to snuff and wanted to check it out. Wound up ordering a bunch of snuffs online because you can't really buy it uh, readily in the U.S. At a brick and mortar. You can get a few things at a few places, but not much. So um, I started tweeting more and more about snuffs as I got kind of obsessed with this stuff. And recently on Twitter, somebody said, "Hey, you should make some videos about snuff." There's really not much out there about it, although I think there are a couple of really good YouTubers out there that do snuff videos. In particular, there's a guy, Simon, who has a channel called Simply Snuff. And if you're interested in snuffs, you should go watch his videos. Um, I'm very new to this, but like I said, I've been fascinated with it for a while, and somebody suggested, "Hey, maybe you should make some videos, and we'll give it a shot." So I thought the first thing I do is figure out if the cameras are working correctly, and if I can figure out how to make this work. I have one for overhead shots, and I'm going to try to switch, and I'll show you the snuffs that I'm going to talk about. Okay, so we're going to try with the overhead iPhone camera. So I've put out three snuffs here. We've got Jaxon's Extra Strong, McChrystal's JIP, and Otto Red Rag. Um, all three of these I think are very similar. I think on purpose too. I don't think the labels being the same color is an accident. Um, so Jaxon's, I believe, is actually manufactured by the same company that makes JIP. So McChrystal's, I think, actually makes both, but Jaxon's is its own brand. Um, JIP only comes in these itty bitty little, I think these are 5 gram tins, maybe 7, but that's pretty small. Whereas here you get a nice big, I think that's like a 25 maybe. And then this Otto snuff, these are made by Toke Snuff. The Otto line is, I think they describe it as being Germanic style um, and higher nicotine than the regular Toke stuff. I found that the Ottos that I've tried are a lot more strongly flavored, and I think they are higher nicotine. So anyway, I'll take a look at these. Again, I think these are extremely similar and similar on purpose. Now, all three of these are heavily medicated, which, you know, if you're kind of new to snuff, what does that mean? That means has menthol, camphor, or eucalyptus. I think these are mostly menthol. Actually, these all three may have all three. I'm gonna just get into the Jaxons here. It doesn't take a whole lot. Yeah, really strong menthol hit and kind of sizzles in the nostrils. There's a significant amount of N, as we say, instead of saying the actual name of the chemical because we're children. And then this is the JIP, which until I had tried a bunch of snuffs, I always thought was like over medicated, like it was almost unpleasant. Now I kind of really dig it. Yeah, a little, not, you know what, actually not quite as potent a pop as the Extra Strong, but it has a bit more going on. Just a little less one-dimensional, a little less all about that pop in the face of menthol. And then the Otto, I mean, you can see how close these are in color, in grind, even in the moisture. I think that, you know, they're all going after the same snuffers. man. Now it's going third, so I'm getting kind of the combined burst here, but I think this definitely packs the biggest punch, and I think has the most complicated flavor, so to speak. Like I want to maybe even say some like kind of a cardamom-y or just some other spices going on other than just getting punched in the face. I think, strangely enough, JIP is the mildest of the three, for me at least. And I mean, I find this changes on the time of day and what I had to drink for breakfast, etc. I mean, like coffee, I don't drink at breakfast. And then the extra strong, I think this is probably the least complex, least refined, so to speak, but still really a good strong wallop. It's very satisfying. It's just this feels kind of like the gourmet version. This feels like this is the standard, and then this is kind of a maybe a little bit cheaper to make copy is the way this feels. But I would not. I wouldn't sniff at this. I would take this any day of the week. I think all three are excellent. This is probably my favorite though. This is really really nice, as is every Otto that I've had so far. Really, really, oh, I can hear the the effect of all that menthol going into my schnoz. I'm going to switch back to the overhead and you can watch me cry. Oi. Okay. So that's a lot of consecutive bunts of three pretty potent medicated snuffs. I'm probably going to drain a really gross way for a few minutes. Oh, wow. Oh, bracing. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. If you're interested in snuffs, I'm going to try to do more videos, things like this. If there are things that I notice about different brands or different types of snuff, or things that I think are exceptionally good or even really terrible, one or two so far where I don't know why they were made. But anyway, so there you go. Jaxon's Extra Strong. Great, inexpensive, comes in a nice big tin. I do wish it were a screw top. I think these have a tendency to dry out and they can fall apart. JIP, it's the classic. It's great. It's really great. It is powerful, but it's not just one note. I mean, it's not like an SP or something with a whole bunch of different aromas going on, but it's not just getting pelted in the face. And then this, I think, is the classy stuff. I'm really fond of this. I just got this the other day, along with the Otto Chancellor, which is really nice. Maybe I'll do a video all about that when my face recovers. Anyway, we'll see where this goes. Look at me. Good Lord. I'll see you all soon. See you on Twitter.